Hey, how's it going? Ben, good to see you again. Hi, Darebat. Yep, I decided to do a little last-minute broadcast here. I needed to do a warm-up sketch before work today, so before I got my workday started. So got a late start on the day, so I thought I'd go ahead and surprise broadcast this one. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks for all the likes. Wow, got a lot of viewers here for a unadvertised broadcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in. That really means a lot, so thank you. Hello from Mexico. Well, hello to you, Mexico. Looking forward to coming out to La Mole. Hopefully you'll be able to come to the La Mole Con in Mexico City. No worries, Nib Ben. What really helps is that I get to see everyone's screen name when they come in and make comments. So yeah, I appreciate you and everyone else interacting with us here. So because this is a Postit Notes sketch and the camera has to be so close to the sketch, otherwise it would be so far away y'all wouldn't really be able to see the details. My phone is in a different position than it usually is, so it makes it much more difficult to read your questions and comments. So I apologize if I'm missing your comments. I want to say welcome to the 143 of y'all that are here hanging out with us. Oh, you're drawing Thanos right now, Nip Ben? Right on. Gomez88, you'll catch me at Long Beach? Yes, please do come find me at Long Beach. Long Beach Comic Con in September. If y'all are in the Southern California area, Long Beach Comic Con is a lot of fun. I've been attending every single Long Beach Con, except for the very first one. I missed the first one because I was a guest at the Mid-Ohio Con that same year. I'd actually agreed to come to, I'd accepted Long Beach's invitation, and my wife pointed out, you know, we're going to be in Ohio. We're going to be at Mid-Ohio Con that weekend, and I had to contact Long Beach, my friend at Long Beach, and apologize that I had not remembered I had committed to Mid-Ohio and had double booked, and he was very understanding. He's a good friend. The guy who runs Artist Alley at Long Beach Comic Con, Mike Sigliano, has been a longtime friend, so he was very understanding, and I have now attended every Long Beach Comic Con and Comic Expo since then. So hopefully this one will be up on my YouTube channels soon. As I mentioned during, what was the last Periscope I did? Gamora. During Gamora, I was, gosh, how many, now I think I'm up to 5 Periscopes behind to get up on YouTube. They'll get up there eventually. I've almost got the Deadpool one ready to go. So I have Deadpool, Colossus, Kitty Pryde, Black Canary, and now Gamora, and of course after this one, Thanos. But this one hopefully will not be a super long video. Not like my 2.5 hour Supergirl video. Because I got stuff to work on today. Actual deadlines to crack into. Algies, you're naming your villain after me? I appreciate that. I'm honored. Please don't use the name Todd Nauck. I prefer you didn't do that. But if the character's name is Todd or the character's name is Nauck, that would be alright. But I don't know if you saw all the problems that came up with. There's some creator that had used a person's name, actual name, as a villain in their comic, and it got into a big mess. So just so that everything stays cool with us, if the character could not be named Todd Nauck, I'd appreciate that. But I'm honored that you would name a character somewhat after me. Abraham asks, when am I uploading to YouTube? Oh, that's the thing, I'm so far behind. It takes a while to get those videos formatted off my phone and formatted and uploaded amidst everything else I'm trying to do and get done. So eventually, I can at least say eventually. I'm a bit overdue to get a new video up on YouTube, so more than likely it'll be one of my Periscopes. Let's see, am I still on schedule for my new sketchbook to come out? Yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to get it up and ready for right after San Diego Comic-Con, which I had intended. So I have delayed just a little bit, and since I'm going off to Boston for the Boston Comic-Con this weekend, I would not be able to fulfill any orders this week. So, in order to make life easier on me and getting orders fulfilled, I will have the link on my site and my social networks come early next week. Probably on Tuesday. Hopefully Monday, but more than likely Tuesday. So stay tuned to all my social networks. I'll be posting announcements then when the art book goes live. My Todd Nauck sketchbook Red. My classic black and white sketchbook is on toddnauck.com right now. But if you wait till next week, you can get the black and white sketchbook and my new color sketchbook for a discounted bundle. So if you want to get both, that's the way to go. If you want to save a few bucks. Do I collaborate with other artists? Not all that frequently. I'm never opposed to it. I love seeing the work that my fellow artists do. But most of the times when I collaborate with a writer. I mean, I collaborate with colorists. You know, they color my line work, which is always fun. I work with great colorists. So most frequently, Gabe Al-Taib on our Invincible Universe run. Let's see, Rochelle Rosenberg on Nightcrawler and all sorts of covers, and the Disney prints that I did, Avengers and Ant-Man, and then Andy Troy, who's been coloring a lot of my covers of late. So I love collaborating with colorists. And Alex Sinclair over at DC, he colored my La Mole charity piece. So if you're going to be at La Mole, you can see a piece that Alex Sinclair and I have done together. Whoops, didn't mean to bump the camera there. That's how close I am to the artwork, people. That close. How much do my drawings cost? Well, it depends on where you get my drawing. If you get one from the convention, all those my convention commission prices are on toddnauck.com. I've just posted my Boston Comic Con announcement and commission prices. But if you get a studio commission, those vary. So, it all depends on what a person wants. So there's not one set price. And if you're interested in purchasing my Postit Notes, you can email me at mail@wildguard.com for more info on those and on how those work. I don't take Post-it note request sketches. If you're interested in getting a specific character, I don't take do those as requests. You can get one as a commission, but that's a pretty long wait. So pretty much for Post-it notes, if there's a certain character you're interested in, stay tuned to my social networks. If you see me post a character that you're interested in, shoot me an email. First email in gets first crack at buying, and I state what the price is for that character in reply to your email if you're the first person in. And I also can link you to there's an album of Post-it notes on my Art of Todd Nauck fan page on Facebook. So you can go there and see all the sketches I've done. Vast majority of them have been sold, but there are a few that are still available. And you can email me if you're interested in one that is, if it's labeled sold or sale pending, they're obviously not available. But if there are any that are not labeled in the photo description, more than likely there's a very, very, very good chance those are still available. So you can email me about that and see if you can snatch it up for me. I cover shipping, so I don't charge for shipping, and I ship internationally. And that's for my Post-it note sketches. I have to charge shipping for my larger pieces because they are larger. And you can also get insurance, purchase insurance for those larger commissions. What type of pen am I using? This is a zebra brush pen. I get these at, I get mine at Daiso Japan, D-A-I-S-O, Daiso Japan stores here in Southern California. So check to see if there's a Daiso Japan store near you. If there's not, you can find it on jetpens.com. It's called a zebra brush pen, comes in 3 different sizes. This is the medium size tip. So this is just a, just a kind of a little warm-up sketch here, just having some fun. Thought I'd invite y'all along. When is my next con? Boston Comic Con this weekend. I'm very excited. It's my first time to Boston. I'm really looking forward to visiting Boston. Love going to an area I've never been to before. I'll be doing commission sketches at my table, D601. And I just agreed to be a part of Sketchfighter. Sketchfighter is it's like Pictionary or Win, Lose, or Draw, but it's a pro comic artist paired up with a comedian, a local Boston comedian. So, I forgot the name of the comedian that I'm paired up with. I was checking out his comedy last night on YouTube, late last night. But I think I retweeted the announcement on my Twitter feed. But Dan Panosian will be there, Dave Johnson will be a part of Sketchfighter, and Chrissy Zollo, not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. She'll be the 4th artist, so it'll be the 4 of us artists paired up with comedians. So it should be a lot of fun. So if you're at Boston Comic Con, please come join us. That'd be Saturday at 2 p.m. And it's, I think, at the amphitheater in the convention hall, something like that. If you check the panels section of the Boston Comic Con website, you'll see more info and find out where to go to join us and not miss out on this. It should be a lot of fun. I was watching videos of previous ones they've done, like in, I think it was Salt Lake or Chicago. Kamikaze. I know I saw one from Kamikaze. My friend Ray Height was in that one, and it looked like a lot of fun. So that put me over the top to give it a go. Oh, you hope to see me early at La Mole. Sounds great. See you then. Cannot wait. Yep, I'll be at NYCC too. Exactly. I love the New York Comic Con. It's always a great time to see friends, fans, the city. Usually end up spending a whole week there. That's why I don't do a lot of cons in October, because New York eats up a bunch of my time. Am I going to do Easter egg hunts at Long Beach? You know, I'll look into that. It's possible, but I can't make any promises. So stay tuned to my social networks, especially there as we near the date of the Long Beach Comic Con. and I will have more info on that if I am able to do that. Really a big part of it depends on my work schedule and putting together an Easter egg hunt. It does take some time and effort to make those happen, but they're definitely fun to do. It went over really well at WonderCon. Will I draw X-Force in his Periscope, his X-Force costume? Will I draw Deadpool in his X-Force costume on Periscope? Someone asked that same question on my last Periscope video. Everybody seems to want to see Deadpool in his X-Force costume. You're the second person to ask about that here on Periscope, so that's a possibility. A lot of people request different characters, so I often keep them in mind, and you know, see how things strike me at that time of broadcasting, or just prior to broadcasting sometimes. So it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. Oh, well, thank you, Carson. See, now I get some gold going on here. You want to be discovered one day. Well, keep on drawing, keep getting your work out there. And if you can get to conventions where you can meet editors, that will do you really, really well. Start developing those interactions and get those critiques. It takes time to get discovered, if at all, so just mainly focus on doing your best work and having fun, and the rest will come in its time if it's meant to be. But at least if you're having fun, whether you get discovered or not, at least you've gotten to enjoy producing art. The nice thing about social networks nowadays is that anyone can post and anyone can get discovered when they least expect it. It's a bit more difficult for me when I was breaking in because the internet was not made public yet. I broke in the early 90s, back when Image Comics first started, which was a real benefit to me, that people like Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, and Mark Silvestri especially were all hiring up young new artists, and I got caught up in that wave. So I'm very blessed to have had that opportunity at such a young age. And that was because I made mini comics of my own characters and shared them with my friends, and a buddy showed it to an artist working for Rob Liefeld, creator of Deadpool and X-Force, and he liked them and hired me off of those. He saw that I had a passion for making comics and wanted to bring that passion into his studio. How long did it take to get to this level of beast? My entire life, and because I'm always learning, always growing, and hopefully I'll achieve other levels of beast as I continue to learn and grow and mature in my art and get older. So we're always learning, always growing. So I definitely didn't draw like this as a kid or a teenager or even in my 20s. You know, it's all an evolution. It's an evolutionary process in our art. So for me to get to this level is drawing every day for my life. So I think that's why artists always tell young artists to draw every day, practice every day. It takes, pardon me, had to get my gray markers. It takes constant, continual practice to achieve these levels. And beyond. I hope to go beyond this. I don't ever want to get satisfied or stagnate with my art. I always want to learn something new, learn to draw something better. One, it makes it fun for me, and two, hopefully it makes it fun for y'all. So, thank you for the question, man. And thank you for the compliment as well. It was very, very kind of you. That sounds like work? It is work. It is hard work. I mean, I'm drawing for hours and hours. I drew for hours and hours even as a kid, do my homework, and then I'd draw all day, all night, draw all weekend, draw all summer. I would go to arts college and do my projects. Then on top of that, do my comic book studies, you know, trying to learn to draw sequential art, and then work a part-time job. So I didn't really, you know, get to go out and party a lot, and I mean, I went to a few parties and stuff. I got to hang out with my friends, but I didn't do a lot of it because my focus was getting into comics. That was my goal, and what it took to get there was nonstop, constant practice. So those that really want to be a comic book artist, if you're serious about it, then you are drawing every day. You are learning how to tell comic book stories every day to one degree or another. You're working on your backgrounds, you're working on your figure work, you're working on your design elements, you're working on lighting and shading, you're working on your skills constantly. Because a lot of people want to do this, but only a few people can't get to, you know? There's only so many comic books out there to be drawn. So you gotta work at it. But that's why I tell people to have fun. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the process. Because that's why we draw, is because it's fun. Even when it's a challenge and it's hard, it's still fun. It still can be fun if we have the right attitude. And that's a lesson I learned, was I get to choose my attitude in this and how I feel about it. Do I paint? Yeah, well, the only paints I do are watercolor. I do watercolor paints. Those are the only paints that I work with currently. Haven't tried oil, haven't tried acrylic. I mean, I did when I was younger, but not in the past many years that I've been working in the comics field, because I've been too focused on actually drawing comics. But so hopefully someday I get to experiment with other things. Yes, this is a warm-up. My warm-up sketches turn out to be warm-up illustrations. I put a lot of time into my warm-ups nowadays. So I thought I'd invite you all along on this one here. That's why I didn't really advertise this broadcast coming up. I just kind of went for it. So I appreciate so many of y'all tuning in, and thanks for all the comments and questions. I'm sorry I can't read them all, since my focus is on the actual art. Oh, hey, LGs, the character's name is Nauck, N-O-C-K. Very cool, nice. I like that different spelling there. Keeps it original to you, and you and I know, and everyone here on this broadcast knows, that you were inspired by me to name your character that. So I like that. I like that. Very creative. Good job, man. How much is a Post-it Note sketch? Shoot me an email at mail@wildguard.com, M-A-I-L @wildguard.com, and I'll reply with the generalized price info for you. So we're on the tail end here. I got a few little things to add. First, I'm going to put my signature on here, and then I'm going to put in the outline and highlights. If y'all have seen most of my Post-it Note sketches, I always do a white outline around the character. I just think it gives them pop, and I think it looks cool. And especially with it being on the colored paper. So I like to use my Uniball Signo white gel pen. You can get these at jetpens.com. What's the difference between Copic and Copic sketch markers? I think regular Copic sketch markers have a brush tip, where regular Copics don't. Copic sketch markers have a broad tip and a brush tip. Now the Chow markers have a brush tip and a finer tip, where regular Copics, the barrel-sized Copics, are broad tip and fine tip. So I like the sketch markers because of the brush tip, and when they started making the sketch markers, they didn't have the Chows, but even if they did, I'd still get the sketch markers because I like the option of the broad tip for filling in large areas. I'm able to use the brush tip to get the fine point, so I don't really need the fine point marker, to me personally. Well, thank you, Nivman. I'm glad you enjoy my artwork. Oh, my pleasure. Is that Sketch Chicken? Very interesting handle you got there. Yes, there are more sketch colors. There are a lot of sketch colors, or colors of the Copic sketch markers. They're very popular. And the brush tips are replaceable. So if y'all didn't know that, the markers are refillable, the tips are replaceable. So when a tip starts to wear out, get a little too soft, you can pop it out, pop in a new one, give it maybe 10-15 minutes for the ink to fill in to the brush tip and you're good to go. Love that the markers are refillable and replaceable in that way. What pen am I using for the white here? It's the Uniball Signo white gel pen. You can get it at jetpens.com. Been doing this for quite a bit on some of my illustrations. The eye gleam, whether it be Cyclops or Gambit. Do it here for Thanos. Where do I get my Copics from? All sorts of places. I have a local art supply store here in Orange County called Art Supply Warehouse. So if you're in Southern California, you can go to Art Supply Warehouse, or you can get them online. You know, I'll search them out online. A lot of people get them from Dick Blick art supply store online. Gonna draw some stars in here since Thanos tends to hang out in space. Appreciate the kind words, guys. Thank you so much. What would you recommend for someone getting back into drawing? Draw every day. Draw. Just practice. Keep practicing and have fun. Whatever it is type of art you're doing, research it, study it, and just draw every day. The more you draw, the more you learn, I believe. And if art is a journey, then each drawing is a step on that journey. And if you're drawing, then more than likely each step is moving you forward. Maybe sometimes it feels like you're going backward. Don't let that stop you. Sometimes journeys do take us backwards a little bit. But for the most part, I think most journeys move us forward. So keep drawing. Oh, hey, Royal, good to hear from you. Don and I are well. We're looking forward to heading out to Boston for the Boston Comic Con. It's really great meeting you there at Detroit. Were you going over the brighter colors with grays? Yes, I was. I used warm gray here on the gold because the gold is a warmer color, and I used cool gray on this purple skin and the blue helmet here to shade it out because the shade of purple and the blue are cooler colors, so I used cool grays. Alright, there we go, gang. There's my finished Thanos warm-up sketch.